Welcome into a Green Bay Packers defensive breakdown of their Week 18 game against the Chicago Bears. This video is actually going to include both defense and special teams because there were a few plays that we need to look at. Obviously, the punt return being one of them. That third phase kind of defined the game in the end. Overall, it was a good game by the defense outside of the final drive. So we're going to take a look at some of the positives first, and then break down the negatives at the very end. So let's look at the film and see what happened. All right, first play we're going to look at here, just a simple sack for Gary. For some reason, this ball was flying over the heads of people. So this was obviously after a snap went over the head of a Packers punter, but you've got Rashawn Gary coming in, getting an easy sack. And it's just his wide technique here. He's going to be too fast for 75 to get out there, right? So that jump set is nowhere near as far as it needs to be by 75, and Gary's just going to head upfield, get around him, and get probably the easiest sack of the season so far. Next play, there were a ton of screens in this game, and you've got one here to the running back on 3rd and long, right? But early on in this game, the defense was swarming. All right, so you can see the recognition here by Nixon at the top of the screen. He's going to fire down, Cooper firing down. You got 3 people making a play there on 3rd and 20. All right, so early on, the defense was swarming. They were getting stops, getting the offense the ball. So it really wasn't an issue for the most part throughout this game, outside of that collapse on the final drive, which was probably a coaching issue. All right, then I'm just going to let this play through. This is the punt return touchdown. So, of course, this is, after a missed 3rd down conversion, they have to punt this away. And you can just see from the All-22 angle what is happening. You can see they have got this guy on the top of the screen. Everyone is focused on DJ Moore, right? DJ Moore is a playmaker, so someone missed a call here, or the punter didn't call it out, saying which direction it was going. And you can see all the gunners, everyone chasing down to the right side. And we've got one key block, which I believe should have been a hold, but he's not able to get free. And then you've just got a free lane all the way down to the end zone. So we'll watch it from the end zone angle as well. Got the punt by Whelan. You can see even just coming off his foot, right, and the angle of his foot, that it's going to be going off to his left, right? Obviously the right here. Even the camera operator is faked out by it. And then he's going up the sideline. You can see 45. I don't think the Packers player there did a good enough job of trying to get past, right? So that's why that call doesn't happen. And that's just an easy touchdown for the Bears to put them up 7-0. Someone who's been playing very, very well is TJ Slayton. He's been progressing quite well, especially in these early downs in the run game. I'm just going to see him overpower the center and get into the backfield on this split zone. So just impressive job here. He's able to get off the ball very, very quick. He's going to beat the center to the spot, all right, and just muscle through. All right, so center can't get his hands on the inside of Slayton. He's got low pad leverage, and he's able to get by and stop that run for a loss. Slayton has been pretty impressive in the run lately. All right, up next, we've got quick pressure from these 2 guys on the inside. Carl Brooks in the pass game is incredible with his hands. It's a very quick swim move. Then it gets picked up by the running back, and it forces a rollout here. So even Van Ness on the outside here is going to get by. He's going to get upfield. 75 was struggling with that speed rush all game. Williams has to roll out and throw it away. So just, again, looking from the end zone angle, you got early pressure from this defensive line. So pressure wasn't really an issue. And because of this pressure, there's just going to be more and more screens throughout the game. And as the game progresses, for some reason, the Packers defense just does not play the screens very well. So Van Ness, good job there. Brooks, good job there. And they're forcing an incomplete pass. All right, and this is what I'm talking about with the screen game. All right, going to get this motion. Nobody really fooled. Showing 6 at the line. And they're just going to dump it off. Again, 3rd and long. What do you think is going to come? Guess what? third and long last time. Now third and long again. They do the same screen to the same side, and Carl Brooks, after an athletic play there by Roshan Johnson, jumping over Nixon, Carl Brooks is there to make a nice athletic play to stop him before he gets a first down. All right, then we'll just watch it from the end zone angle as well. Carl Brooks, got to highlight him. He's starting on the opposite side of the formation. All right. He's able to recognize the screen, and he's heading upfield. He's running as far as he can as a defensive lineman and still able to make a nice play. All right, here, again, we're going to get another screen. We've got this motion, right? And this is going to give them numbers because McDuffie, he's not going to slide out here with the motion. And so you're going to end up with two receivers out here with one defender, and that is just recipe for disaster. So here we go. We got the snap, got the play fake, and then you can see with that play fake, everyone is moving to the side, right? So you can see all the focus on this side, and you've got two free rushers, and you've got this little tunnel screen. So now you've got three blockers for two people, and you're going to get a ton of yardage out of this. All right, so 75 makes a good block, 73, 15, all making good blocks, get down within the 5 and setting them up for a score on the very next play. All right, talked about the score, so this will be the score. Just a simple split zone, a little cutback lane there for Swift. Able to take it in for an easy score, put the Bears up 14-3. So there it is. Slayton gets caught up. He's got double teamed at the start here. And you've got Wilson who shoots the gap because he's able to see this lane, thinks that he's going to be able to get there, tries to shoot it, and then gets caught up. And that's going to leave that little cutback lane for Swift. All right, here we've got a kick return by Nixon. It was a very solid return, getting near to the 40-yard line. But I feel like this could have broken for a lot more if Musgrave is able to maintain his block. All right, so he's going to cut up to the outside there because Musgrave here on the inside is going to lose this block to the interior. All right, so if he's able to maintain that block, he's basically got to run straight and make the kicker miss. All right, so here we see it. Musgrave gets pushed back. He's going to lose that leverage. All right, and that's going to force Nixon to take an outside angle. He's still able to get up to near the 40, which is a solid return, but that has potential for a touchdown if Musgrave is able to maintain that block. The rest of the special teams did a very good job creating that lane. All right, so then he would have been one-on-one with the kicker. So a potential longer gain is not able to happen there. Next play, an issue that we've seen throughout the year is towards Gary's side. If you're going to run some sort of sweep or outside zone, you're going to get good yardage. All right, so he's constantly firing off the ball, trying to get to the quarterback, and he's going to get pushed out here. So he's not able to get into the backfield, and you've got a little pin pull action. All right, so they're going to pin Gary here on the inside, and you've got 75 pull into the outside. You got good blocks by the receivers, and you get a nice pin pull action outside zone for a first down. So it's tough here. This was one of the most explosive runs that the Bears had, but again, we've seen time and time again, if you're running towards Gary's side, there's potential for big gains. All right, next we've got Nixon here down at the bottom of the screen. Just going to show his good recognition of what's happening. All right, so he sees as soon as this snap is happening, Williams turning his shoulders. There's no way that he's just going to be throwing this fake screen. All right, and he's going to come up and make a play. And as well, this is again a third down, trying to get quick yardage, get a first down. We got two good plays here. One by Nixon coming down, being aggressive, and then also the recognition by Mosby. Mosby doesn't even rush the passer. All right, so he is going to recognize right away, and he's going to head out to that flat. He knows that there's a screen coming because he's got his eyes on the QB. He can see already what's happening. And this is why Mosby's getting a lot of play time. He's got that decent recognition of what's coming. This play really made no sense to me. You've got this reverse, the pass, the end around, and then Keenan Allen, I have no idea what the hell he's doing. And then after he throws this interception, this is probably the easiest pick that McKinney had this year. He's just got to wait there. There's no one contesting it. Gets an easy pick. And then let's look at the throw here. He's just got to either run with this or throw it out of bounds. Live to play another down. He throws it and then immediately just starts walking as if, the play has stopped because it was intercepted. And then gets in there late trying to dive on the fumble, but Cooper, good job recognizing that the ball got punched out, and falling on it, making sure that stays Green Bay's ball. I don't know what it is with the Packers, but anytime we get an interception, we have a hard time holding onto the ball, and we need another defender to slide in there to make sure that we maintain possession. All right, so we've seen this already. Same exact play, just to the opposite side. All right, you're going to get this handoff, the play action, and then you get a tunnel screen on the other side. So got Moore coming back, able to get a couple good blocks there, and then just has the speed to outrun Bullard and get into the end zone. So the Bears offense, majority of their yardage is just coming from these screens. They couldn't push the ball downfield. They couldn't really run the ball outside of a few plays. So majority of their yardage is just coming from these screens. And it's just a fundamental thing of getting by blocks and making tackles near the line of scrimmage before they can break it for a long gain. So guess what? Surprise, surprise. They go back to a screen. You've got this off coverage by Valentine. So this run converts into a smoke screen, and Valentine is able to make a nice play there to force a fumble. Moore doesn't necessarily have full control here, but he's going to have this possession. Going to try to avoid the tackle, and Valentine's helmet is able to make contact with the football, and that's going to pop it loose, and you get a nice fumble recovery there by Bullard. Puts the Packers into game-winning field position. They've recovered the football. This could be a game-winning drive. You just need 10 yards to set up for a field goal. Who knows what the offense is going to do and set up this win, right? And of course, we know the offense mismanaged entirely, and you'll see that in my offensive breakdown if you haven't watched it yet. But that offensive drive was so mismanaged that it puts the defense in a tough position, because instead of having 30 seconds left for them to drive down, or even less, they're going to drive down with a minute. You're going to get a penalty, I'm not going to show the penalty, but you've got a 15-yard penalty that gives them more yardage. You've got quick outs that are going to get them up the field with stopping the clock. So here you are on a third down. If you tackle them short of the sticks, this game is over, because they have to run out. So we got, again, 3rd and 11. So they've got to get to the 40 to get a first down, yet you've got nobody in the middle of the field. And if I'm a quarterback and I see this, you've got 15 seconds on the clock. So 15 seconds. The average play is 4 to 6 seconds from snap to finish. So if you take 6 seconds to get this little slant on the middle of the field, that takes 6 seconds to get down here. Then you just need everyone to hustle to the line, and you're going to get the spike off. And of course, the spike goes down with 3 seconds to kick the game-winning field goal. So with 15 seconds, if the Packers offense would have milked the clock a little bit longer, 10 seconds longer, this play doesn't happen. That doesn't excuse this coverage. I understand why he's doing it. You've got these three that are taking off the sideline. You don't want a quick catch to the sideline, let them stop the clock, because they obviously, if they stop the clock here, it sets up either another play, or they can rush the field goal unit out onto the field with a normal play clock. Here, on the top of the screen, you've got outside leverage, because again, what he's meant to do is take away the outside. But the 3 deep shell doesn't make any sense to me. That 3 deep shell, you're not going to lose to a Hail Mary in this situation. I would rather have a 2 high shell, and lose to a Hail Mary than lose this way, if that makes any sense. So I think if McKinney comes down plays. Maybe they play like a Tampa 2 style coverage, so you still have 2 deep just in case someone breaks through. All right. But I think if McKinney is playing down near the first down line, this play does not happen. All right. So we'll let it play through. There. Valentine is lost already. All right. He's got outside leverage. There's no one in the middle of the field, which doesn't make any sense because normally when you play outside leverage, it's because you have help on the center, right, in the middle of the field. And here, he's already lost as soon as he turns his hips. He's turned his hips. Now it's going to be way too hard for him to break. And DJ Moore is a talented receiver, so look at the no wasted movement, able to get upfield. Ball's already coming out, gets the ball, gets down, and that is an easy first down. Now they're rushing to the line, getting the snap off for the spike. All right, so here we go. Easy read for Williams, easy completion. Moore going down, and they're able to get to the line, spike it, and you've got the game-winning field goal. So to me, that defensive play call makes no sense. He probably shouldn't have been in that position anyways, based on the offensive, play calling and what they did on the final drive. But it's still, to me, inexcusable that that type of defense is called when they just need a first down to be able to spike the ball. Because even if you have someone at the first down line, see if we can get back to that setup. Even if you have people here at the first down line or one person that's responsible for the middle of the field, if you tackle them short, the game is over. They cannot spike the ball because it becomes fourth down. So if you have people playing near the first down marker, right, or at least contesting it, it's not going to be as clean as what they did. All right, so I just am confused. And I'm just going on a rant here about this play call because it makes no sense to me. And it makes even less sense when you see you've got 3 deep and they're all dropping back at the start. All right, so this is just, I'm at a loss for words. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will try to get a video out to preview the playoff matchup against the Eagles. Still a lot of injury news that we need to wait on to see if Jalen Hurts is going to play or not. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I will see you in the next video.